So I was scrolling was it like the Marvel DC superhero community, one of the superhero communities I'm on, and somebody actually posted a dope question. It was about like which of the MCU masks are the best one or is the best one, and it actually got me thinking that there's a couple that jump out at you. Because I think in the picture they got Wolverine, Deadpool, Spider Man, Iron Man, and I think Cap's helmet, right? But I'm like, wait, low key, there's way more, and I think the question it's got a little bit more sauce to it than the average person might think. So I thought that's what we're gonna go through today. I noted a couple of them down just so that I'm not rambling at you, right? First and foremost, let's get the bullshit out the way, all right? If you have any of these in like your top anything, you're tripping. That goes for Baron Zemo's mask. They kind of try to make it a thing in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier with like the purple and the pinstripes. Kind of look cool. Kind of reminds me of like Shocker. I think it's Shocker from like the one of them faceless, nameless Spider-Man villains. You know what I mean? The dude with the arms that you always gotta fight in the games for no reason, and he's always mad annoying. Yeah, that's kind of what it reminded me of. There's also the Kamala. I was actually dead ass about to say Kamala Harris. Kamala Khan. Yo, my fault. I'm completely lost in the sauce. It's not Kamala Khan. It's Kamala Khan. I swear to God, I'm not a casual. I watched the show. I apologize to the Pakistanis because I'm pretty sure she's from Pakistan. Yeah, Kamala Khan, not Kamala Khan. Anyway. Yeah, she got like the Incredibles, you know what I mean? The Incredibles spectacles or whatever. That can get the fuck up out of here. Even if you can even consider that a mask. The only time I actually think that that's kind of saucy is Nightwing. Nightwing, because he got the little accents to him. Where's that Robin? With the little accents, the little serifs, you know what I mean? That shit is sauce, but for the most part, those masks are ass, alright? I'ma say, who else can we put in there? We could put Falcon in there, before he was Captain America, which honestly the mask doesn't really change that much. And I actually think I noted down Ant-Man here, but Ant-Man, I actually feel like I want to take that back because Ant-Man is a goof, in my opinion. Like, he's just a goofy character. But for what it's worth, his mask, the way it kind of looks like a little bug, you know what I mean, and the way it like opens and closes, there's a little bit of sauce to it. I can't even hate. Okay, so these are the ones that, listen, I'm not gonna say they're bad. As a matter of fact, they're fantastic. But the MCU doesn't really change them much from the comics, so it feels like a cop-out answer to like choose this as like an MCU's best mask. And you know what I mean? Like, we just gotta get them out the way. We're just gonna pay our dues, acknowledge the fact that like, yes, this is a dope mask, but like, I'm not going to have them, go any further in this because it doesn't make any sense. We're putting Spider-Man in there. Spider-Man's mask is dope. I remember actually when the Civil War trailer came out, and then Iron Man was like, oh, under rules or whatever, and everyone was freaking out by the little eyes that, they change type shit. That was hard. But the Spider-Man mask is the Spider-Man mask. Would we even say that Tom Holland's Spider-Man mask is the best one, like live action? I'm not mad at that take. I actually think all of them are fantastic because the Raimi suit is, it's the OG. You can't hate. The Spider-Man suit is one of the only things that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man gets right. You know what I mean? It's different and it's a little, it's clearly like a 2010 like era type suit, but it does what it needs to do with the little sunglasses and shit. Respect Andrew Garfield's suit, all right? And obviously Tom Holland's got the little, it's got the little shutters. So for that reason, I can't hate on any of them. But anyway, we gonna acknowledge the fact that Spider-Man's got a dope mask. Put that to the side. With Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm still on the side like, bro, I actually think y'all were tripping. I don't think that Wolverine should have had his comic book suit in that movie. I still think that's a bad idea, even like after what I saw in the comics, in the movie. They definitely made it work as well as it could, but it was still jarring as hell to have my mans with like giant whatever swords sticking out the side of his head. Like that was crazy. I don't think that was the move. We had it anyway. It is what it is. I acknowledge that mask. Let's move on. Deadpool as well. Kind of the first one to do the little eyes opening and closing thing. But yeah, those four, and Iron Man. Listen, I'm an Iron Man guy, all right? Me and Iron Man fans, we understand each other. Iron Man's got sauce, right? But we're not about to have Iron Man winning, the mask, MCU competition. It feels like a cop-out. I fuck how you feel. I feel the way I do. Iron Man, Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Deadpool. I need y'all to go to the side. Now this next category are some like I feel like these masks based off of like on paper they should go crazy, and then you see the execution. I'm like, really, y'all should have came a little bit harder. Pause. The Taskmaster mask and the Ghost mask. Honestly, Ghost less so. You know what I mean? I feel like the Ghost looks cool to me. I don't know how everybody else feels about it. I feel like, funny enough, nobody ever talks about Ghost, even though she was in Thunderbolts. And granted, she wasn't given much of like, you know, space to shine and shit. But I still think that, like, you know, she was in a movie. Can we talk about Ghost a little bit? But Ghost has a decent mask, but Taskmaster is the main perpetrator. Because I feel like, listen, if you're already putting like a skull in your shit, like that's like textbook like cereal box cool. Do you see what I'm saying? It feels like when you're using a skull, right? It is just the most generic, like, oh, this is a cool mask thing. That you gotta come correct. You gotta come prepared and give us some extra sauce that we ain't seen before. Because skulls have been flipped so many different ways, bro. Like we just need you to do something a little extra. Taskmaster just looks like, you know, your regular, you know what I mean, skull mask with some glasses. You need to go. All right. The next one though, these are the sleepers. All right. So the thing with the sleepers, right, is like, it's not winning. Like, I'm not gonna tell you like it's an S tier mask, but these ones are like the opposite of the ones that should have hit a little bit harder. You know what I mean? Like, these are the ones that like on paper this shit would be goofy as hell, but like when you actually see the execution, I'm like, bro, I see the vision. You see what I'm saying? And in that category, I'm putting in Magneto's mask, because really, like, I feel like, bro, 9 times out of 10, I look at the Magneto mask off of his head, and I'm like, this shit is goofy as hell. Even in X-Men First Class, because they even made it like a little shiny. It looked a little bit too comic booky. Like they didn't adapt it. I think I actually just watched Dark Phoenix recently, and that mask looks more like a modern, like real version of like a mask how it actually looked. The one in First Class looked like it was straight out of a toy shop. Deadass. But there's some sauce, you know what I mean? And this obviously has to do as well with like how dope the character is. And there is no character out there with more sauce than the young Magneto in the Fox X-Men universe, bro. And so I think that like because of that little helmet he puts on, like it's just got sauce to it. Like it's just so dope. Another sleeper is Loki with them goofy ass curved horns. That shit would not be fire, but my man just pulls it off. A ram helmet on paper sounds so lame, bro. And then you see the motherfucker pull up with the, you know what I'm saying? And you just gotta respect it, you know what I mean? And the last sleeper, and you guys gonna see that this is literally all about Aura. But y'all listen. Y'all see Thanos with that little ass helmet that he puts on in Endgame? Bro, you can see the knot at the back of his head sticking out, bro. But there's something about him being like in his gold, like decked out gold armor with that little ass helmet that he puts, or like when he puts it at the top of the sword, and like, oh, bro, Thanos' helmet needs some respect. All right, that's another sleeper one. The 3 sleepers, Loki, Mag, and Thanos. Them motherfuckers should not have, have as much sauce as they do. But you look at them put on that helmet and you're like, okay, respect. These are the best masks in the MCU in my opinion, right? You got Black Panther. And I don't want the nanotech joint. Put that one to the side. Because even when Iron Man started doing that shit, like it was like, all right, cool, whatever, you're Iron Man. But like the little like cellular things that come out your skin is cool. But nothing's sicker though than when like T'Challa has been like, on Bucky's ass, right? And then the cops pull up, the German cops pull up or whatever, and they about to start, handcuffing motherfuckers. And he said, hold on, like, because they say hands up. So it looks like he's putting his hands up, but he's like, hold on, like, y'all know who this is, right? And just the way my man takes off the helmet and he just like sets it right here and we can see Prince T'Challa, bruh. Like that helmet, the one you actually gotta take off, is sauce. That one's like, I think a final contender. Daredevil is another one, right? Where, I mean, my dad is a God-fearing man, so he would never go for, a helmet with the little devil horns on top. Pops isn't here right now. But Daredevil's got a dope mask. And you see, that's another example. It's kind of like a skull mask where like a devil is just such a, or a devil head is just such a generic, like, oh, this is a cool idea type shit. Like everybody thinks of that, that you got to do some to like get motherfuckers to like, yeah, I mean, appreciate it. And the Daredevil mask, at least the Netflix slash Disney joint, it goes with like this little like less is more strategy. You see what I'm saying? Where like they don't do too much, but they do just enough to give you that sauce. And that goes with two things. One, the horns are like just like a little stubby, which obviously isn't a new thing. Like that's the way it looks in the comics. And I guess this other part is also in the comics, but the way they translate that to live action is dope. The fact that like his eyelids, because he's obviously blind, is also covered with like a little shinier like red that kind of looks like rubies. Dirty. Dirty, bro. Like that helmet has to be like top 3 in the MCU. This last one, bro, really should be a sleeper, but I'm gonna put it as my number 1 because fuck what y'all talking about. All right, let me take a swig of water real quick because we about to talk for real. Y'all see how Bucky Barnes pulled up in Winter Soldier? Y'all see that mask? And it wasn't even a full mask. It was like one of them half joints. Bucky Barnes, arguably, in my opinion, he's got that, and he's got the best mask in the MCU. And it goes with what I was saying before, like, it's not just enough to have a dope mask. You gotta come on timing, bro. And ain't no motherfucker out there with like he could swing with the best of them in terms of his Winter Soldier performance. Winter Soldier's Bucky Barnes is the guy. Period. And that mask, it comes from that same Kakashi, you know what I'm saying? That mysterious energy. There's something about the mask that just sits right here. You got it, bro. You got it. Ain't nobody doing it like him. And then he got the little the mascara he puts around his eyes. Come on. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about, bro? There's something about masks that cut like just covered his bottom part. You know what I mean? Because on paper, you look at Bane, fam, it looks like you got cyborg panties, you know what I mean, wrapped around your face. But then, like, I don't know, like, you just see him talk, you see his energy, and the fact that, you know, oh, you think darkness is your ally? Like, that shit tough. That shit hard. And obviously, we're going to keep it as MCU. If we fucking with this, like, I might do a live stream or, like, another video where I cover, like, all masks throughout live action superhero movies. I'm losing my breath just talking about this. This is hard work, y'all. Y'all think this shit easy. So we'll keep it at MCU for now, but Bane's got a dope mask. If we really want to talk about it, because Disney bought Star Wars, Vader isn't necessarily dope. I just think it's iconic. I'm actually not the biggest, you know, Darth Vader mask fan. And y'all gonna hate me for this, but the motherfucker from Acolyte, that was a dope mask he's got. But I can't really think of any other mask in like super. Obviously, Dr. Fate. And shout out Injustice too for putting me on game in terms of like, you know, I don't know if they stole their mask ideas from the comic books and stuff, but like there's some dope Dr. Fate masks in the Injustice 2, you know, gear system or whatever. But yeah, I'm excited to know what y'all think. Peace.